always just going to attack it when like defenders.
I think like.
And retake that. That did not bang. But anyways, and we're back. People deluded. I'm back again. Bloopers and all. Appreciative to you lot tuned in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Appreciative to having you lot tuned in. Now, allegedly, if you believe reports, a bid for Eze is imminent. We're linked with Rafael Leao, even though I don't think these rumors are credible, people. And do we believe that Gyokeres and Madueke are going to start? Personally, I do. I think Max Dowman will get some minutes. We get the feel-good factor going at the football club and whatnot. And then, yeah, we got a game today. We got a game on Saturday. And then next week, showtime, innit? It's showtime for everyone. You know, it feels like we've blinked and we're back now. Last season isn't irrelevant, but it's irrelevant. I don't know what next season holds for us. Hopefully it means we're holding up something in Islington in May. But we'll be here, innit? So yeah, man, smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts, etc. Questions, talking points. You don't make the platform. Don't forget, I'm also live at 4 p.m. with Kenny Ken. That'll be a shorter show than usual, only because 5:30, obviously, we'll begin our watch along half an hour from kickoff, where we have Arsenal versus Villarreal. We'll probably see Pepe play today, people. And I don't want to mention his name, but a certain midfielder that used to play for us, he's obviously in the process / has signed for Villarreal. I don't know if he'll play today. Get Lookman off that poll, DG. You know better. Hey. I always say, I don't tell you what to think. Just think, S, man. Like, I like Lookman. I'm not going to move heaven and earth for him. But maybe you lot think differently, and football's subjective. Calm down, man. Tranquillo. Big up Valera. What's up, everyone? Big up DG. Big up yourselves, man. Smash the likes, man. We need Eze, man. But then even that, yeah. Obviously, I want Eze. I'm cool with Madueke, make it work here. But if we focus on those two names, yeah, you can throw in all the other guys. I don't know if Trossard's going to be here or not. Probably imagine Martinelli's going to be a figure, right? So you can include those players if you want, right? But where you start to look at the left-hand side, if we just imagine that it's only Eze and Madueke. Now, obviously, Madueke's spoken about playing right wing and all these things, but you'd imagine if he's going to be a regular within this side, it is off that left-hand side, right? If he does the business, great. But if, you know, he's going through some trials and tribulations and he's kind of, you know, on brand with what we see with Trossard or Martinelli, in that, you know, 5 games, these guys are great. The next 5, they're indifferent. I think all us fans, you know, we'll play Trossard until it looks a bit meaty. Then we'll obviously pivot towards Martinelli, so on and so forth. And then, so yeah, if he doesn't nail that down, or we go through those issues, and then you look at Eze. Now, if you look at Eze right now, in this Arsenal team, if we were to name the strongest 11, you know, for you lot, whoever that is, you'd imagine the left-hand side is an easy in for Eze. I know people sit there and say he's not a left winger and whatnot, but in real time, you can mix and blend. He can drift into midfield. He can do all of that. But, you know, he can play off that left, right? He can play off that left. And also, sounding hypocritical, some people say that he's not a left winger. So if you've got Madueke and Eze, how does Arteta view them? And more so, I think, for Eze, how does Mikel Arteta view you? Does he feel that it's an opportunity to get a good player, and it's one where we just get a good player, we figure out the rest next? Do you see him as someone that can put pressure on spots? Do you see him as a starter? I know we need a strong squad and competitive squad and everything like that, but I only say that to say this. Obviously, Eze can actually play off the right. That's Saka's. He can play off the left. Not everyone's convinced with that, and maybe Mikel Arteta, for argument's sake, doesn't think that's the long-term thing. You all would naturally, you're waiting for me to say he can play in Odegaard's role. Yes, he can. If Odegaard has a season like last year, he can forget about starting week in, week out, right? But it's probably realistic to expect Eze to play in the 10. Now, that brings me to Zubimendi and Declan Rice, which, of course, there's games where maybe Odegaard can play, you know, in the 8 with Rice and Zubimendi, or Rice or Zubimendi could drop out, be the lone 6, and you've got Odegaard and Eze or Wanyeri, whoever, as rotating 8s. So, like, what do you lot think of that? Because he still wouldn't, listen, cool with Madueke, cool with Eze, but slightly, we still ain't sorted out that, not even that we ain't sorted out the left-hand side. Like, nobody's grabbed that, if I'm honest. Is it a thing where it's just going to be Madueke? I back Eze out of all of them to nail that down, but is it going to be a thing where it's Eze, it's Martinelli, it's Madueke, whoever wants to make that shirt their own, they'll do their thing? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, man. Look at Marcel, Mr. Waffler DG, what you saying, my killie? I'm there, my guy. Big up yourself, man. I'm there, man. It's always a pleasure to be here with you lot. You won't be holding up anything in Islington. I can tell you that for free, buddy. Wife for calling next man, buddy. Hey, happy Independence Day, Jamaica, while we're here. You know, big up every nation, big up every country, but let's be serious. Jamaica's clearly Real Madrid of all these countries, you know, tiny ass island, global impact. We got the best everything, food, with the, you know, first to rise up against slavery, first to do the Windrush thing. We're just wavy in all aspects. Carnival's not even our thing, but when the geezers want to roll to Notting Hill Carnival, they all talk about Jamaica and that. So yeah, big up everyone. We're the landlords of the world. We're therefore the landlords of the West Indies. We're a small island, but don't mix us in the small island thing. We're different. We're different. Tell them off for real. We're here, man. But yeah, why for the buddy thing? And the joke's on you because it's only a few months ago that we actually did have a parade in Islington and we actually did list something. Last time I checked, they love to sit here and say with Arsenal, champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. What happened in Portugal? Portugal's been a great place for us. You know, we went and got a top striker from over there. We won the Champions League. I don't know what's going on, geezer. I don't know what you're doing, fella. If Spurs is linked to Leao, we need to hijack that deal. We clearly don't really want Leao like that, man. We clearly don't want Leao. I mean, maybe his name's been suggested. Maybe that's a potential option, but it's gonna cost a lot of bread, innit? Like Spurs. I mean, if you get Kudus and Leao, and you got Thomas Frank, you can work things. I don't want to praise them too much, but that's decent, man. Prediction for today's game. As much as you can call it a friendly and relaxed, you know, I'm gonna go 3-1 Arsenal. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. Rise up the likes. A man said Lookman sitting at 0. Let me actually see, because obviously you lot can't see, but when I'm putting the comments and whatnot on screen, I can only see via StreamYard, innit? So I actually can't see the poll. So you lot can technically still see me and everything, but I actually have to go on the YouTube tab. Let me actually see the scores. Who would you sign? And I must admit, I'm going to start asking, because we need to boost the engagement, and I do need to make this a bit more interactive. I'm going to start asking you lot to make the poll questions. Like, admittedly, I've done it when I was half awake. Who would you sign? Rodrigo's currently at 18%. Eze is the leader with 61%. Leao's got 19% and just 3% on Lookman. Damn. I hear it that, you know, Rodrigo, sexy signing, Real Madrid, Brazil, you know, you can't really see Arsenal going and signing that, and I still can't, but I get it. You know, there's Leao gets a lot of praise as well, so I can understand his. Must admit, more people have gone towards Leao. It's literally 1%, but more people are for Leao than Rodrigo. Now, I think it's more realistic to get Leao than Rodrigo, because Rodrigo probably don't want to leave. I do think you can entice Leao, but if it came to it, I'd rather Rodrigo. Like, again, as an Arsenal fan, trust me, I feel you lot's pain when we're talking about wingers and talking about they go backwards. But where you look at his current team, yeah, and you look at Mbappe, Vinicius, all those guys, last season, Real Madrid were heavily criticized because they were not, you know, their players, you know, they just thought because we're good players, we're going to make it work. In the modern day, that's not possible. Rodrigo is the one out of them kind of stars that does bust his ass and work really hard and run up and down and things like that. So you've got that. You're going to be the talismanic figure, and you got the pedigree in it. The only issue I have with Rodrigo is nothing to do with Real Madrid. Like, you and Vinicius don't turn up for Brazil, and in 2026 we're going to need that. Eze, bring that, want that. And to be fair, out of the names there, for me, Eze should be irrelevant. Eze should be forwarding regardless of any plans we have for Leao, Rodrigo, Lookman. 3% on Lookman, damn, or this imaginary winger. Like, Eze should be rolling to the carpet regardless. Like, it shouldn't be Eze and something. Now, realistically, me personally, I think it's Eze and done, where you're talking about these relative big ticket items, you know, big money players. I don't know. And of course, I want to be wrong. I always say, I didn't think we get Rice. I didn't think we get Alexis. I didn't think we get Ozil. I didn't think we get Aubameyang. I didn't think we get Arshavin. Maybe I'm a good luck charm, but I just can't see it. I don't know how much budget Arsenal's working with. I can only go off what we all see. And it does feel like, yeah, our owners are flushed with cash. Our net spend is actually, you know, we're the third highest spenders right now in the Premier League, but our net spend is actually all right. We know we're not going to go and do that. Like, Rodrigo's going to be big wages. Eze's going to be on something handsome. We've got players already on handsome wages that we probably want to bust a bit more money to. And there's probably some that either now or the next 12 months, their names are going to keep being said. It's for a variety of reasons. But Gabriel Jesus, obviously the club, not in terms of ability, but where we find ourselves with the man now, he needs to be moved on. Kai Havertz has a role in this squad, but they might look at that and say, you know what, Gyokeres is doing his thing. The midfield is locked up. Kai Havertz has had a good season, but can we get someone that offers what he offers, that's on less wages? Martinelli and Martin Odegaard, you know, it's more on their form, and if they're not developing, they are on big money and things of that ilk. So there's a lot. So I can't see us, and I'm with you lot. If you want to be at the big boy table, yeah, you got to spend the bread. Like, if you really want Rodrigo, more so Rodrigo on that list. If you really want these kind of guys, you've got to pay a serious transfer fee. You've got to give them serious wages. It is what it is in that regard. But for me, regardless of what you do with Eze, bring Eze. That tells me you want a versatile attacker, all of that kind of stuff. If you're linked with Rodrigo, he's also versatile, but that tells me you want a left winger. So if you can't get these household names, go and get somebody that's less than that. Like, I'm actually in the process of doing a video. There's a lad that played at the South American under-21s championship, and he also represented them Brazil at under-17s level. I cannot pronounce his name for the life of me, but it's Ryan or something like that. They're saying they only want 10 to 15 million. I'm telling you, lot, people, that is worth a punt. It's worth a punt. If a signing don't bang for 10 million, you can get out of there. You know, everybody speaks about Chelsea and how good they are at selling, which is true, and they do pay handsome wages. But one thing that's also crippled us hasn't just been because big players, big money, big ticket players are on big wages. It's been because man are getting injured and all these things. But a big point of our ability to flush players out of this club is you've got mediocre players on big wages. Like the Gabriel Jesus, of 2024, let alone 2025, is washed and he's on big money. Fair enough. It's the contract. I'm not onto him for that, because when we bought him, you was within your rights to get that kind of deal, no? So it does make sense, people. Smash the like button. There's 194 of you in here, but only 45 likes. What's going on, people? What's going on? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Big up the Twitch gang as well. Like and subscribe. Super chats and memberships available. Frank, one love, man. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Yeah, I love you lot because we got a community here. There's bare of you here. Some of you here on a regular basis. But I don't know what bare of you look like. Like, I could see you lot in a club and not buy, like, oh, you're part of your mod. You buy you two Ray and F's and that, man. No chaser if you want to be involved. You know, you got guys like Mister who understand the assignment. He's got his display pitch, so I know what he looks like. Big him up. Jay, appreciate you. Eze and Lookman all day, 24/7. Big up DG. I'm not gonna lie, I like Lookman, yeah. But if it's not Eze and Rodrigo, or maybe even Eze and Leao, I'm just saying get Eze and just find somebody that can play left wing. That find a young kind of player you can do some. We could do something with you. I'm not really. The Lookman one has to make absolute sense, and I sound like a hypocrite because I like him a lot. But yeah, man, I wouldn't move heaven and earth for Lookman. Pardon me. Do you feel bad for Newcastle, DG? I don't. I don't feel bad for their social media fans. No. Fair enough, they won their first Premier League. And again, Newcastle, honest Newcastle fans, yeah, my heart bleeds for you in it. I feel sorry for you, but you see your social media fans, like all clubs have them idiot social media fans, my team included. I'm not going to lie, you lot were doing too much after winning your first trophy in 70 years, beat Arsenal a couple times. You're thinking, like, I know you got to know yourself in the footballing food chain, innit? Like, I know we can't talk to Real Madrid and Barcelona and all them kind of clubs historically. You know, you could say we're bigger than Chelsea. They're more successful than us. You know, City are never, ever bigger than Arsenal, but I ain't got a leg to stand on where you look at Pep Guardiola. Me personally, I'll say we're the third biggest in this country behind Man United and Liverpool, but cool, give or take. Everybody knows it's Real Madrid at the top. And big up Newcastle. They are a big club. I always say for foreign fans, yeah, if you want to know what the Prem's about, you need to take a trip to St. James's Park. But you see the social media fans, they thought they were part of this. Like the way they talk, they will be one day. They got too much money, need to be a bit cute and clever with FFP. And I feel sorry for the honest fans because they're getting rejected for everyone. It seems like a mess where their recruitment's concerned. The Isaac stuff is just further fuel to the fire. But nah, man, they thought they could sit at this big boy table. Life sometimes has to humble if you don't humble yourself. And it's one thing getting rejected. It's one thing Isaac wanting to leave. Cool, he's a great player. It happens. It's the next thing getting rejected for certain stars. But man, are getting rejected by Madueke and Trafford and these kind of guys. Like, they needed this. They needed this. Shout out Jason, man. I'm actually looking forward to these two games as we will start to get a proper idea about our starting 11 come United. Yes and no. You'd imagine Mikel Arteta indirectly knows what he probably known when we jetted off to Asia, kind of what he wants to do. I do think there's, you know, it depends on Gabriel Jesus. I know he's been, Gabriel Magalhaes, apologies. I know he's been in training and things of that ilk. Probably him and Timber is touch and go. I don't know how he feels around Madueke because obviously he's in training. I don't want to get excited of training clips, but he does look okay. I do think personally us Arsenal fans have been starved because it's no disrespect to Madueke. And it's not basic, but it's basic and we're excited. So it'd be interesting. I must admit, recency bias. And don't know if it's the right decision, but for me, I probably want to start Madueke against Man United, like just because again next week I'll probably calm down a bit. But I am frustrated with the left hand side for the last 2 years, much less preseason. You know I love Martinelli, but come on, bro, what's going on? Trossard's obviously injured. The only thing is how up to speed is Madueke with the system. Obviously, it's a cheat code. Martinelli's been there. So Arteta probably looks at it sometimes and says, you know what, Martinelli's got bare problems. He's not scoring, but I've got some relative confidence. He knows where I need him to stand. He needs to go backwards. You know, at least you're more of just a tactical addition in the team at this moment in time. If I had to gamble right now and say who's fit, I mean, who's going to play, provided injuries and things are not an issue, probably even if Timber's fit, I would say Ben White, because I think Ben White's just probably more ahead. I would prefer to start Timber, but I love Ben White. It's no problems in that regards. But, you know, if it was up to me, Timber, but I would say White, fitness permitting, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, obviously David Raya, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Saka off the right. I hope Gyokeres through the middle. You know what, I slightly think it's going to be Havertz. And I'd probably lean towards Madueke off the left if Eze is not here at this moment in time. But it probably, you know what, if you're putting a gun to my head and these two games could change things, I'd say Havertz up front, Martinelli off the left, Saka off the right. The same midfield I said in Odegaard, Zubimendi and Rice. And the same back five in Raya, obviously White, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Saliba, Gabriel. Appreciate that. But yeah, I don't feel sorry for Newcastle, but no one don't feel sorry for Arsenal fans, bro. No one don't bleed for me. No one don't care about us. I don't care about no one. Forget that. I got enough stress. Don't care about that. They need that. Everyone needs that. People are forgetting that we have a great starting 11. We just need better depth from the bench. I hear that, but would you really say our 11 is amazing? Would you say it's well, great? I wouldn't say it's great. I say it's good. Say it's good. If Arteta does still want to invert Eze, Zubimendi, sorry, I'm reading two things at once. If Arteta still does want to invert Eze, Madueke on the left, Rice, Zubimendi, Miles Lewis-Skelly box midfield with Odegaard and Eze ahead of them, I think you're only going to see Miles Lewis-Skelly at this moment in time in midfield in real time. And what I mean by that is clearly when you watch the games, he's in midfield, right? Probably still going to stay at left back. It'd be interesting with Gabriel Heinze because, you know, I'm only 30, but well, I've accepted it because it's been a while, but I've probably for the last, I don't know, you know what, probably from the age of 20, 25, 30, I'm at that stage where big up the older fans that are here. That weird kind of time as a football fan where a lot of the players you watched, they're now managers and things like that, or assistants and whatnot. I can still remember Gabriel Heinze. I'm sure it might not have been you, but whenever I think of your name, I'd say the last human that was the best player in the world absolutely done you and Rio Ferdinand in the Champions League. Like Kaka did that skill, made them bump heads. I'll always remember that. But again, Miles Lewis-Skelly could learn a lot from him. Centre half, left back, let's just say defender. There's a lot of, because if anything, there are many things, there's little touch-up things Miles Lewis-Skelly's got to do, you know, relative to his age, just little touch-ups, when to not gamble, be a bit more focused. If anything with Miles Lewis-Skelly, he just needs to improve heavily defensively to a degree. Bro, you got someone that's been an Argentina international, played for Real Madrid and all these things. And what I would like to see if Miles Lewis-Skelly is going to be a left back is, as much as I want another left back, can we promote him to kind of play like, because we all say, yeah, the inverted thing, some people don't want it. Me, I'm cool with it, like, because I understand why it's there. But for me, when it doesn't work and we need to go back to basics, have a left back or right back just bombing forward, we need that. Lewis-Skelly has the capacity to do that. Like, you was a midfield, you're a professional athlete anyways, and you want to be a midfield. Well, I'm sure if you ask me, you want to be a midfield, and some of you would. You can't not be fit in midfield, like fullback, to be fair, or in the modern day. So you've got the engine for it. You know, obviously you're gonna have to, you know, probably work on your acceleration, when to burst forward, when to gamble, when to not. The only thing I would say is kind of what you're seeing in the clips on social media. Like naturally, has to brush up on his crossing and things of that ilk. So maybe there's inside relations, man. DG, relax, you won't face Sesko. But I don't know who that is. I don't know who he is. I only know about Gyokeres. Like, if your striker ain't got 20 league goals to his name in any of the top 5 European divisions, I don't know him. I just know about my guys. I know about my guys. I don't know about him. You think Berta's going to get Banduli? Thank the Lord Eddie's not here, because we would definitely still be involved in that. And I think I speak once again for the whole footballing community. Sesko, no one cares now. United fans probably don't care. Like, obviously, when you come through the door, they'll be happy, but everyone's tired now. 1 minute it's Newcastle, then it's Real Madrid, and then all these kind of things. No one don't care no more. But yeah, man, I don't know who that is. What? I'm meant to be scared of Sesko because he can run fast and jump high and that. And he scored one little outside of the foot finish. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, yeah. Am I shameless? Yes. Let's actually hope it works, man, because the last time you lot tried to do the football manager thing, Hoijland, Joshua Zirkzee and that, boy, and the agendas this season will be rating. Do you reckon the atmosphere at the game is going to be lively today? Got tickets. Let's hope it's good. Probably, because when it's all said and done, even the most harshest of Arsenal fan or negative match going Arsenal fan, at the end of the day, like, we support Arsenal. We ain't seen us for a couple of months. They're gonna. There's no need to not like. There's no need to be aggy and all of those things, provided we win. So yeah, it's a nice day for it. Sun's shining. Slap little Max Dowman out there for some minutes. Everyone loves watching him. Obviously, Gyokeres number 14. You slap him on the pitch. Everyone's excited. Can't forget Zubamendi. Madueke gets some moments. Every fan base, whether their team's doing good or not, or have done things in the market or not, everybody's still drinking the preseason Kool-Aid. Now, I would say, Arsenal fans, brace yourselves, man. Like, forget the rival rhetoric and all of that, because that's gonna be there tenfold. We've seen that. It's gonna be a civil war, man. There's gonna be a civil war. Every minute we win, we're amazing. Every minute we lose, we know the talking points, and that's gonna be there for at least 38 games, potentially 50 if we go all the way in all comps and whatnot. Best food for sure. Curry goat or oxtail, DG Marcel. Some questions you can't ask, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, that's probably the hardest question in the live stream. Which one? Probably have Curry goat on a more regular basis, but if one was eliminated from this world, which one would I eat? Which one would I? Which one could I live without? Nah, I couldn't live without either. I'm gonna say oxtail. Even though lately I start getting angry eating oxtail, because obviously the historic connotations behind why we're eating the oxtail, and the slaves used to get the dead parts of the meat and that. So I do eat it with a screw face. Like, they're doing my people dirty, man. But it tastes nice though. Oxtail, oxtail, oxtail. Can we win the Champions League? Define winning the Champions League. There's many ways to win the Champions League. You look, nobody gave us a chance against Real Madrid, and look what we did with a depleted side. You obviously look at Mikel Arteta as a manager, since he's become a Champions League manager, like coaching in the Champions League. He's got to the quarterfinals and the semis. To see how the Emirates felt, to see what Declan Rice did, to see how we competed and are not getting embarrassed. In many ways, these are winning. Of course, you could talk about the trophy. I guess statistically, everyone's got a chance. All right, cool. Forget the PR thing. Yes and no. I'd say yes because everyone's got a chance, but I'd say no because, for me, at least for us, I just feel you just get to the knockout stages, you just handle your business and you play it by ear. And of course, we got to the semis last year. For me, to really speak with chess in the champs, like, I need to see proper mentality monsters, which the mentality's improved a tenfold, but it's not like what you see when Liverpool won it a couple times, or it's not like when we got to the final in 06. I need to see that. And probably just some superstars. I'll be real, man. Like, just some superstars, man. If I'm honest with you, with a bit of luck, if we control the controllables, you've got a chance, man. We've got a fighting chance. We're nowhere near the favorites, though, I would say. I'm Asian, but Jamaican food is my favorite. I can't lie. Welcome, man. Big up my Asians. Come on, we're here, man. We're here, man. We're here, man. Come on, it's in. It's just we're just lit in it. Jamaica just lit. It's just cool, man. It's proper cool. It's proper cool. Watch the other bad mind Caribbean them in their feelings. Now pick up the rest of the West Indies, but you lot are our little brothers and sisters. We're the landlords of this thing. Like, we are the landlords, unfortunately. Shout out all of them, but it's just it's not my fault. Like, we're just wavy in it. Like, I didn't get me. Shout out my grandparents. We're wavy in it. It's normal, man. It's just normal. It's just normal. Like, can't put into words. Just, boy, it's where it is, isn't it? People doing way too much on the Eze left wing thing. He's just a wide playmaker. Don't see an issue. Jay, you know how it is. Football. I'm about to sound like a hypocrite because I love to overanalyze, but I'm always looking under the prism that football is a simple game. People overcomplicate stuff. Of course, there might be games where, bearing in mind, Eze can take his play, he can stand out wide and take his man on and do them up and all of that. But And there might be games where we just need someone that's going to run, a Madueke, Martinelli, one of them. But overcomplicating it, bro. Overcomplicating it. Just tweak the system a little bit. There's obviously, even if he always inverts inside, there's gonna be times he has to occupy the left-hand side or get chalk on his boots. So other players, mainly through central areas, could do stuff. Just slap the players on the pitch, man. Slap wavy players on the pitch. It'll all work itself out, man. I think that's where we're at now, man. Rod is too much of a risk for me. Jason, I hear that, but I'm at the point, take that risk, man. What's the worst that can happen? It don't work out. I know it sounds mad, but that's actually the worst that can happen. I'm on that. Like, we've taken other risks. I'm exaggerating a bit, but I like Calafiori, but 40 odd million quid, he can't stay fit. I like Marino, but could that 20, 30 million, whatever it is, could it have spent better? Kai Havertz, again, I don't like to encourage drawing him out, but 65 million, could that have been spent better? Many a year ago, Pepe, take that risk, man. And if nothing more comes to it, bro, he's Brazilian, man. Would you take Due or Bacola? Out of them two, if I could take one right now, Due, get on a plane immediately. No to Leao. Listen, I must admit, my mind, I'm normally quite analytical, but my mind is quite distorted in the last leg, could we call it, of the transfer window. I am at that stage. Just spend peas, bro. Like Leao, I don't really just spend peas, bro. Just bring me a shiny new toy. Just spend peas. Just spend the bread. We'll work it out after, man. And I have to be shameless. It's not our peas. I have a feeling there's no chance of Eze. He's going to want to play through the middle, and that will not happen with Arteta. I hear you. There'll be games for it. Whether you'll start, I don't know. Lie to him, man. Bro, once you sign that contract, bro, what are you doing at 27? Especially if it's a 5-year, lie to him, man. Eze, don't do that. Remember you cried when you got released. Now you're here, man. Any news on Fabio or Zini leaving? You would have seen yesterday, Fabio Vieira could be going to Stuttgart. It seems like we're around 10 million quid apart in terms of evaluation for him. Zinchenko, it seems like there's radio silence. Like there ain't really been no, maybe it's the calm before the storm, but there ain't really been no like updates on Zinchenko to Fulham. Better yet, Reece Nelson and Zinchenko to Fulham. To be fair, if we do that, that's 200k a week off the wage bill for Zini and Nelson. And then you throw in Fabio. He's, again, not that I'm pocket watching, he must be on 40, 50, 60. So that's 200 odd million quid, which all of that added together is how much Jesus is being paid a week. But hey, don't get it twisted. I say this all the time. Berta's doing great jobs. And again, the minute that this window shuts, the work never stops. The planning for next window has to open and whatnot. But you would imagine when he had that interview to sign for Arsenal, once you get beyond the obvious, do you want to take this job? You and Arteta have a conversation. You're talking with the Cronkies. Yeah, Jason, Ito, and Edu are leaving, but they've put the groundwork for Zubamendi. Can you get that one there over the line? We want Sesko. We like Gyokeres. Can you get Sesko through the line? Okay, you can pivot towards Gyokeres. What's going on with Partey's contract? Okay, we've pivoted. Once you get beyond all of that stuff and what we need to bring into the club and what we're already doing, bearing in mind he joined in March, like, you don't just wake up in March and your team start looking for signings and whatnot. But when you get beyond all of that, like all of that general stuff, there has to have been a conversation with the Cronkies. Bearing in mind, Berta has done great stuff, like at Atletico Madrid. They've won a couple battles, not necessarily the war. Like they've won a couple league titles fighting the powerhouses in Real Madrid and Barca, which we're going to have to try to do that in it because City are going to hit back. Liverpool are looking like they want to be in that realm as well. So we're going to have to do that. But he comes from an accountant background and clearly, he's a logical man. Like he's not trying to get robbed for players. Like the minute Sesko, they're acting, we're not on that, whether Sesko's going to be great or not. There had to have been a conversation about maybe not reining in the wages or controlling the structure of the wages like we say, but just distributing the funds better, because at the end of the day, obviously you need squad players and all these things, but Nelson's on 100k, Zini's on 100 odd, and the rest of them as well. So there had to have been that kind of emphasis. And I think last season, I said in hindsight, you look at last summer where, again, I sound like a broken record, but if you take yourself back a year ago, we just finished the season where we didn't win the league, but we took it to the last game of the season. We're talking about strikers and this and that. If we have a proper window, kind of what we hope this one's going to be, we're putting our best foot forward. But I do think there was a backdrop of selling, not because we're under PSR or FFP or all the acronyms. I just think that's how the Cronkies work in it. They want every pound that's going out to make sense, really and truly, if that makes sense. And I think there was that. I think beyond obviously you could have kept players for depth. Certain players needed to leave because they wanted to leave and all of the other stuff. But I think a big reason as to why we let players go was we're trying to get peas in, really. And I think that's going to be here this year and so on and so forth. and and also like that's what takes me back to what I said earlier about I will be looking at Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, and Martinelli very closely because they're not guys that are going to get forced out the door, but the club might be saying, well, you know what, Eze's there, Wanyeri, obviously Dalman's 15, 16, we need to take time, but these lot are here, he's not doing this. Martinelli, we did buy him for 6 million, he's probably repaid his transfer fee. We do have an option to extend his contract, but we might just take the profit and just keep it moving. Kai Havertz, you know, we might find someone that can do exactly what Kai Havertz does for a lot less. And you get where I'm going in it because Arteta and Edu, you did inherit a mess, you did fix it up, but indirectly now, not through just your fault. People have got injured, people have not developed. There has been an element of, and I feel I extend this to the Cronkies. I think we've been in these league conversations or fighting for leagues and doing okay in the champs a lot sooner than those that run the football club would have hoped for. The players, Arteta, of course, you want to be part of that. So there is going to be that level of emphasis. Give me Eze and Malik Fifana. I'm on that watermelon cat. What a name. If we don't get Eze, I'd rather have Rodrigo Leao, by the way. Big up my G. Come on, bring it, bro. All these names, just bring them to the carpet, man. Just bring them. Spend peas. Just get it done, man. Am I the only one who thinks we need a left winger who keeps the width, i.e. Leao, Rodrigo, rather than Eze, especially if MLS is our left back? I hear you with that, yeah. And you are right. We do need to occupy the width. People forget Saka comes inside a lot. Why? But he does hold the channel quite a lot. But then again, you go and look in the modern day, yeah. The game has changed. We all know this. No one's silly. The game's changed. Who's really a winger? And again, we're overcomplicating it. Inside forward winger, whatever have you. Who's really a winger? Is there more wingers or inside forwards? And then not only that, people, let me know in the comments. Not only that, yeah. If you do think there's wingers versus inside forwards, because there are some wingers, PSG got bare of them, innit? When you look at the inside forwards and the wingers, yeah, like they're the same, but put them in two categories. Who's the breadwinners? Who's the difference makers? Who's the ones that everybody's got? It's a day and age of inside forwards. I know Cole Palmer is probably a 10 or an 8, but he's played out on that right. He gets goals. I mean, gets away with, the goal scoring record. I know if Saka was going on with certain things, there wouldn't be that level of PR, but he's an inside forward. Salah isn't a winger. He's obviously out wide, but he's an inside forward. Bukayo Saka is one. So we kind of need that. Simply put, these guys need to be closer to goal, if I'm honest with you. They're in that little half space where they're not quite out wide. They're not quite in the width. They're in that kind of half space. Rodrigo had, boy, he's gonna be on the thumbnails, man. He's gonna be on the thumbnails. 103 likes. Come on, man. Big up you lot who have hit the like button. My Jamaicans, I need you to smash the like button. My Australians, because you lot have been going crazy this whole summer for me as well. Again, if you haven't hit the like button, unexpected high bills. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, man. Smash the likes, man. Big up the catch up. Make sure you're subscribing over there. I'd move Havertz before Jesus. I mean, if they were both fit and firing and at their peak, of course, but with all the other things to consider, they both need to go, really. But Jesus needs to go before Havertz because at least Havertz is about. Jesus, unfortunately, gets injured. I also think there might have been a last chance saloon for Jesus. I remember the Crystal Palace game, like that kind of period. He got himself back fit. He was getting himself back in form. Then he got injured. I feel if he stayed fit, maybe that would have changed the thinking. Like where we're at now. Even me, I love Calafiori. If we fast forward to this time of 2026, Calafiori, I think you need to go, if you're not able to stay fit, because I don't want to get back in this trap. Arsenal definitely signing no one. I know how this club moves. If they don't sign anyone, then they've got to hold that. As I said before, I want players and whatnot, yeah, but if the season ends and you just make sure that when the window closes, whether I agree with the window or not, make sure that we win something in May of 2026. Regardless, you need to win something. Whether you get all the signings you want, none of the signings, you need to get over the line, man. Big up Riley. Big up Riley, man. Big up Riley. You know me, I got all the girls around me. Raw. So when I have a party, we know he's bringing the girls. The girls. 7-2 Arsenal today. Madueke should start. Eze no more needed. Nah, Nobby, man. You're my guy. We need Eze, man. We need Eze, man. We need Eze. People lose form. People might have to come off the bench and win the game for us. We need that, man. We need to feel like our attacking unit. You see how we feel about our defensive unit, give or take. There's been some changes and whatnot, but collectively, all of the options we're kind of cool with. We might not like Zinchenko, but to a degree, we know what we're getting with him. Obviously, Tierney's left. and all of these things. But you've got Gabriel Magalhaes, you've got Saliba, you got Kivior for now. Mascara's come in, not seen too much, but he looks all right. Timber's there, White's there, Raya's there, Kepa's now there. Like generally, and the names I've missed out, Lewis Skelly, like we're cool there. Calafiori's problems are around fitness. Obviously, on the pitch needs to learn how to defend. In attack, it's not that I feel my players are bad players. And I know we'll score goals. The last 3 years, we've got 80, 90, 100 goals, but you never quite truly know who is going to bag. Who do we really have faith in? Really and truly, when you break it down, not to be negative, not to be positive, like when you just look at what is in front of you, like who do you really trust? Saka's done it for the last 3 years, where other people, you know, different years, there's been different kind of, the forms fluctuated for a lot. Saka's done it. I don't know if Gyokeres is going to correlate it to the Prem, but I'm going to throw Gyokeres in there because we damn well hope so, and things of that ilk, but I'm going to throw him. 38 games, potentially 50, 60 in all comps. It's not that the other players can't chip in and do a thing, but they're the only two players in the attacking ranks at this moment in time I'd throw my hat on. Come on, man. We can never, at least with Eze, you know what you're getting. You know we can do this thing as a 10. You know we can do it as an 8. You know he can perform off the left-hand side. You're going to need more than just new players and Eze who's good in the channels and in the pockets to break down low blocks, but that's a good tool. What you see is what you kind of get. You know, other than that, I'll be real, like what I said, Saka, Gyokeres. I was like, you have to throw Kai Havertz in there, whether I agree with it or not. And we can have his criticisms. And yeah, you know, we've been through a lot with Kai up front. Statistically, he's done a lot more than, well, exclude Gyokeres for a second, just focus on the players that were here. He scored a lot more goals than a lot of his colleagues. Whether I like it or not, that's the facts, which is testament to Kai, is damning on what we're doing as a football club. So you could throw Kai in there. Me personally, I'd say Marino. I like the option of you up front if it comes to it. I got time for Trossard. I actually feel Trossard's being a bit disrespected by Arsenal fans. Like, we're talking about depth in an ideal world. Like, I know it's greedy and it's not realistic, but if you were to get me Eze, Rodrigo, I wouldn't be against Trossard in the squad. Like, we talk about we need heroes off the bench. Like, it's a bit disrespectful to Trossard. But was he not the guy off the bench to do things for us? But when you're looking at under the lens of 38 games, not that he's going to play all 38 or 90 minutes of the 38, but 38 Premier League games, potentially 50, 60 if you go all the way in all comps. I can't believe in Trossard. I can't believe in Martinelli. You're not going to have good games, have good periods, 3, 4, 5 games, amazing. The next one indifferent. Madueke, obviously, for me, you're still in that box right now because there is potential, but the potential's got to be realised. I can't bet on you. Like, and again, if we want to be a team that bangs on the door and does all of these things, we've got enough. We want to get over that hill. If we're provided an opportunity like last year where you got to the semi-finals, you're left wondering what could have been against PSG had we have had certain things at our disposal. The last 3 years where we sniffed at the Premier League but not really made it count. We need this. I do think everyone's a bit naive with the 14 draws. The 14 draws is not only because we could not put the ball in the back of the net. What I mean by that is not every one of those 14 games were that, but a big element of that, at least 7. Had our draws been cut from 14 to 7 and those were 7 more wins, obviously, who knows? But that's at best, that's where we're at now. It's there's good, there's bad, there's ugly, there's if we never had 14 draws, if this one never got injured, if Arteta did this, if the players did this, if we had this and available and that. When it's all said and done, we need to move past that, man. But Newcastle, them mugs just need to run Isaac. You're definitely getting Isaac. I know some fans are getting giddy, especially United fans saying, "Oh my God, we got Sesko. That means they're not getting Isaac." It might. I'm not no agent. I don't know anything. But clearly, Newcastle just want a striker. Like whether they're good enough or not, they've hoard themselves out for many a striker, even Visa and whatnot. The minute they get that, it's done, in my opinion. I've seen hella Newcastle fans on TikTok a couple months ago saying they've got a better project or pool now. There'll be a problem. Make no mistake, Newcastle will be a problem in this league. I do think in my lifetime, I reckon within the next 5 or so years, they will win the Premier League. But right now, you're not involved in that. You're not involved in that. You're not involved in that. You're not involved in them kind of shouts, bro. Big up everyone in the chat, man. You lot bored, innit? I didn't think that this many of you would be here, but big up yourselves. Newcastle got a new name, DG Rejection FC. How are you throwing several bids to a club without having the buyer of the player? I mean, the one thing I would be pissed off with, pardon my French, if I was a Newcastle fan, would have been, because when I was reading David Ornstein stuff, and we will, you know what, we'll actually briefly go over some transfer news that has nothing to do with Arsenal, but he said something along the lines of, it's not clear if Sesko wants Newcastle. Newcastle are still going to try. Forget all of that. Like, if you're acting iffy, go elsewhere. Pardon me. And I must admit, as an Arsenal fan, it's nice to sit back and watch because we would have been part of these antics. We would have been part, maybe not Isaac, because I don't know if we would have put the cash down, but we definitely would have been part of this Sesko drama. I have a feeling there's no chance of Eze is going to. Oh, sorry, seen that already, man. The question you've asked in your poll depends on what we need the most because 3 of them are naturally left wingers, but Eze is more of a 10. So I'd pick Leao as a left winger, but would love to see Eze in. I hear it. If it came down to Leao or Eze, I hear you. That one there makes way more sense based on how you formulated that sentence. But for me, I'd rather Eze over Leao. It's not that I don't like Leao. It's just I know what I'm getting with. Well, I think I know what I'm getting with Eze. If he starts Miles Lewis, Skelly, Madueke, 100 got to start. Both complement each other. And that's one thing why I would like. I'm actually doing a Zubamendi video. Like, put Odegaard on that left-hand side. You got Lewis Skelly, give or take, and you got Madueke. You got 3 left footers on the left-hand side. That could be something. Our left wing inverts instead of overlapping. Hence, the left winger gets isolated, leading to more right-sided attacks. We need more pace on the left and hope Zubi can ping balls on the counter-attack. I'm on that. I'm on that. I'm on that. DG, do you think Marino gives us more balance in the left 8? He's better than Rice in the final third. Nah, I don't. I'm really not a fan of Marino in the 8. Don't get twisted. You can run it in certain games, cup games. You can do that, but nah, man, I don't think he's as dynamic as we need him to be, man. I think he looks better in midfield when he actually plays up front, if I'm honest. And even that, like, even if Kai Havertz has a decent season, because bearing in mind, we heard German teams are interested in him. Arsenal might make an unpopular sale and whatnot. What if the club say, you know what? It's not even that Havertz has been bad, but we could save some money. There's someone in that role. Marino can do the upfront thing, really. DG, you got full faith that Arteta can evolve the style of play. No PR answer on this answer only. I can't have full faith because I'm not working at Arsenal. I'm not seeing what you're doing in the training ground because you could be working on stuff in the training ground. When the match comes, you're just still doing the same things. I can't because I can't see it, and I need to see it. I'm at that point. I need to see it. I need to see different things. So I can't have full faith. The only faith I have is that you've shown me elements that you can coach great attacks individually and collectively. But I think it's with Arteta in the summer. He must have been fighting himself because I do think like you're the reason we've got these issues, if I'm honest with you, because the way you're playing has got us to this point, but it's also now the hurdle we now need to cross. And I think we all believe Arteta is still a bit scarred off the 2022-23 season. You've got the ability to coach us better in an attacking sense. You have, but you're not doing it for whatever reason. So I can't have full faith. I think you've got the capacity to do it. So I have faith in that. Whether you're going to do it is another thing. And I don't think I'm really going to have answers, even if, don't get twisted, yeah. Even if we play against Man United, Leeds, we beat United 7-0, 10-0 in the Leeds game. Exaggeration, I know. I still don't think that's going to solve answers. For me, I'm only really going to start looking at my team and the Premier League teams past the 10-game mark because that's where, you know, you've played a couple of games now. You're up to speed in terms of, you know, you're not really chasing fitness as much. You start to see teams take shape. The first 10 games, if that, everybody's chasing fitness. Everybody's at different fitness levels. Everyone's got teething issues. And especially like the teams that you'd expect are going to be near the top end of the Premier League, either, well, with the exception of Spurs and United, because after last year, you don't know what they're going to do you? But you'd expect them kind of teams to do that. But at the same time, there's a lot of turnover. And there's like, it seems like Arne Slot's going to be a bit more, not that Liverpool not going to be up there, but he's probably going to be a lot more radical next season. Like you're seeing the changes, like you're going to more see what Arne Slot's Liverpool's about versus Klopp's. Not to say, not to do all of that, you won it with Klopp's team. You're going to see that. We've had a lot of turnover and key player has left. So we're going to have to see what's going on with us. Spurs under Thomas Frank, that would be interesting to see, I must admit. You could throw City into this. They've got a bunch of players in the last 2 windows. Chelsea as well. You get where I'm going with it. Newcastle will end up with Jackson. They're linked with him, to be fair. Really, DG, you're the only one in our fan base that still wants to watch this version of Martinelli. For me, I'm tired. I can't lie. I want something else on the left. I hear you, but I literally said it's a Madueke thing for now, man. Make me a mod, DG. The moments, man, with the greatest of respect, I don't see you here too often. You know, you can't just get a mod, man. You know, you got to put your hours in. Everyone who's a mod, they're trusted. They've been here. They're part of the family. Not that you're not, man. Said DG touching 40. No, I turned 30 this year. Allow me, man. My 20s went like that. Allow me. And you know what? All of you lot making them jokes, I promise you at some point, you're going to blink and you're going to think, where's the time gone? Hell out here. I used to be like you. I still feel Calafiori got to be on the Tomiyasu team. We can't let Kivior go without buying a left back. Can't just neglect an 18-year-old. I hear you with that. I hear you with that. Trust, man, don't care about all that. Bro, just slap Dons on the pitch, bro. I don't rate Noni, but from what I've seen of Nelly and Trossard, I just want to see a new face left wing. And that's where I'm at. I just want to see something new, man. Who's scared of Sesko when he was scared of Havertz keeping him from starting? He's not a killer. I hear it, man. I say mutton, curry, goat, curry, oxtail, raw. Oxtail. It's there's no winners between curry goat and oxtail. There's no, you can't put one over the other. You can't pick, man. You can't. I had curry goat yesterday as well. You can't pick, man. You can't pick, man. There's just some questions shouldn't be asked, man. Come on, man. It's a tough one, but curry goat just edges it for me. I hear it, but like if the other one gets eliminated, like what is a better life? A life with no curry goat or a life with no oxtail? I'd rather live a life with no curry goat if it came to it. Maybe because like standard still. It's the devaluation of players that is problematic when it comes to selling. Arsenal holds on to players for too long, and the fringe players aren't played sufficiently to generate significant revenue. I hear you, BG, and you're not wrong, yeah, but argument's sake, because people do like to beat Arsenal over the head with that, yeah. And I hear it and I understand it, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but then to a degree, a lot of people say Nelson ain't good enough, Zinni ain't good enough, this one ain't good enough, that one ain't good enough. So then when are they going to play? Like, when are they? And I'm not speaking directly to you, but in general, when are they going to play? Because some people say because they're not playing all the time, you can't put them in the shop window. And it's not wrong, but when are they going to play? Because no one wants to see these certain man's names when we're trying to fight for a title and that. So, like, when are they going to play? How are they going to play? Because I can't imagine their valuation is going to go up too much from getting an occasional sub appearance or, you know, playing in the League Cup, etc. I don't normally agree with that rhetoric, but I do. There's one. I'm starting to change my kind of thoughts. If there's one thing I somewhat believe now, is if you start winning champs and prems, you can start your garbage players look a bit more glossy, if that makes sense. It might make it a bit easier, and that's something. But you're not going to be able. You might be able to make a step in the right direction, but you're not going to change how Arsenal are viewed in terms of sales. That's something we need to do better at, because a couple of the young players we've had, a couple of these players that we want gone, they would be at other clubs, maybe even on the same wages. And certain clubs, you'd be like, fucking hell, how'd they get that fee for them? We need to become that. Just like oxtail was a food for slaves and poor, so was lobster now, both high-end food. I'm not a lobster one. Chat, which one are you picking? Big up SB and Catch. I don't eat lobster, crabs, prawns, any of that stuff, man. That's I'm too bougie for that. Look at me. Chocolate darling can't eat that. You lot are nasty. You lot are nasty that eat that. You lot are nasty. I'm sorry. I'm not judging, but I'm judging you lot. You lot that eat lobsters and crabs and prawns and man. Especially lobsters just look horrible. Like when they're alive, they look horrible. I do like to, I'm going to sound a bit problematic, but I do like to watch videos when they get dumped in the water and they're screaming and that. It sounds mad. Trust me, I'm cool. But yeah, crabs and it just, no. And especially like them seafood boils, you look at the, no, man. You can't be eating them bottom feeders, man. Support Brazil. Jamaica to Brazil, the link up's there. Jamaica's got the best everything. Everything, man. Definitely the capital. Greenwood granted Jamaican citizenship and given a Jamaican passport, set to switch allegiance from England to Jamaica. Yeah, his name's a bit techy on the road still, but I hear it. All we need on the left is a pace type 1v1 demon. I'd even take Doku. Now, I can't lie. We need someone that's as quick as their legs are moving. This is working up here because I like Doku. You know, I've watched Doku since 16 years of age. My videos are out there, you know, at Anderlecht. That's actually how I stumbled across Lukonga, not at the same age, but you get the point. But we've got that with Martinelli. If you're fast, 1v1 demon, great. I need goals, I need assists, I need decision making, I need games where cool. If you can use your pace, run up and down. If you're playing a right winger that's right back, that's as quick as you or low blocks, show me you can affect it. Because even with Madueke, people keep talking about the numbers are encouraging, and I get it, you know, the take-ons, all of them kind of stuff, there's potential there. But then if I comprehend that, accept that, the only thing I care about is goals and assists, and it's not because I'm being harsh or being lazy with my analysis. Brother, goals win games. If that is the biggest theme we learned last season beyond the obvious, goals win games. And as much as Gyokeres is going to put them in for fun, Saka's doing his thing, the games that them two or players that you normally rely on, the games that them two are quiet or have a mistake, You might not win the Premier. You might not look at it in hindsight, but they're the games that decide if we're going to win the Premier League or not. How good are we, and how effective are we at getting 3 points when things are going wrong? Managers' tactics have gone wrong. Referee mistake. Defenders have just had a bad game or dropped a clanger. It's not happening with the star men. How can we? They're the kind of games. They're the games that's going to make what we're saying. Now, Marino as a player might even replace Rice this season. Come on, man. That ain't happening, man. That ain't happening. That ain't happening, man. Come on, shout, Jay. Come on. Hey, we're lit, man. We're lit. You think there's an element of us Arsenal fans being a bit too spoiled? We do need Eze, but when was the last time we brought 6 players for the start of the season? 100%. But if you starve us, if you lock us away and you starve us and you're giving us breadcrumbs, then you take us out of this dark room that we've been starved and you've thrown us in an all-you-can-eat buffet. Of course, we're gonna get horny. Oh my God, there's Jamaican food over there, there's Asian food, there's jollof over there. We want everything, and where we've been spoiled, but we've been effing patient, lad. We've been patient. And even me, I am spoiled because I'm a bit. This will sound weird, but like, if you were to get me Eze, I think I'd be gassed. I'd say fair play, market, cool, and I wouldn't be able to put my finger on it, but I still don't think it's enough. Now, if you were to bring in Eze and Rodrigo on top of everything, I'd be excited, but I still don't think it's enough. Like, and I know I'm not asking us to spend £1 billion in the market, but you get the point. We need a Zini replacement. I hear it. Clubs buying from Arsenal always leave it to the last minute because they know they will get a cheap deal. Arsenal smell of desperation. But work done, footy talk, let's go. Hey, Mad has, appreciate you. Appreciate you. We exactly need Eze to cut in the middle. We have no problem staying wide, but no threat through the middle. Outside shots, through passes, 1v1 faster counter attacks is what Eze will bring. You see what you're saying about the middle? Personnel helps, but this is where I need Arteta to put his coaching cap on. Because again, my biggest fear is you've got new toys, shiny new toys, better toys, but we're still talking about the same things. Because for me, I don't believe it's as simple as you slap Madueke 1v1 demon, and some are saying, well, Rodrigo or Eze's in the mix, and you've got a fit and fire in Odegaard, and Zubamendi's great, and Rice is doing his thing, and Saka's doing this, and you've got Gyokeres. I don't think if you slap them all on a pitch that all our issues are eradicated. There has to be an element of the coaching. There has to be. Atletico also work under similar financial conditions to Arsenal. Fair play. Good point. Eze is a done deal, 1 to 6 odds. We don't gamble around here, but I hear it, man. Big up fire. I'm just watching from the sidelines. Make or break season. This first game is on my birthday versus Man United. Hope they don't mess my birthday up. Happy birthday in advance. Oh, that's dark, man. That's a bit dark, isn't it? Every now and again, some of you say that. Last season, there was a couple times when results didn't go our way. Like, you lot would say, Arsenal ruined my birthday. I big up views on sport, man. My guy. Eze's not a left winger. I hear it, but whether he's a left winger or not, can we slap him on that left-hand side? And whether he's going to take man on down the flanks, or if he's going to cut inside, can he impact this team positively? He can, man. He can, man. Sometimes we don't need to overcomplicate the thing. We don't. Just do your thing. And there's games for him in the midfield as well. If I'm honest, admittedly, my initial bias would be, slap him in Odegaard's role. Even though I think Odegaard's back this season. Got a big ask. We got 143 likes. Can we get to 200? And don't forget, we're live at 4 p.m. and then we're live at 5:30 to watch Arsenal Villarreal, people. Do we need an actual left back? I think we do. Surprised we let Hato to Chelsea. Did we have the bread? Any thoughts on Ndiaye at Everton? Not mentioned, but has off-the-cuff fearless style of play. Really big fan of his career because he almost didn't make it. Very good technical level. Didn't he bag against us last season? He did. I like him a lot. No Matoma on the pole, bare disappointment, DG. Boy, give it up, man. Just tell me you're Matoma's agent so I can get an interview, man. The Revolving Circus. What a name. Hi, DG. Hope you're good. You think that Odegaard and Rice can switch during the game where Odegaard can provide more support for the left winger? I'd love to see that. I think that's where I'm going to need Arteta to get over his own mental block, because we know Arteta, he thinks about where the opposition is going to stand when we lose the ball, where our players need to be to, stop the opposition going down down our goal and scoring. I'd like to see that. I'd more want it for the wingers, because that is a way to break down low blocks and keep people guessing. I think we do, because we are very rigid. Like, we're very rigid. Like, it's a rigid system, and I want to keep the principles of it. Just add a bit of flavor to it, man. Like, if it was cornmeal porridge, just add a bit of cinnamon and put a bay leaf on the top. It could be lit, man. It could be lit. Come on, Martin. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Both should be sold, but Jesus would definitely have to go first. He's always injured. He's never fit. But can you flog? It's like trying to sell a bro. Who's gonna buy a broken mug? Like that's Jesus. Why would you buy a broken mug? It's lit. You can't do the job. The man said, Mr. Starshot. Hey, real gems, dead that. Don't let that one stick. Not win something, DG. They better win the league as they start. Why are we being asked to choose though? We need more players. I hear it. But realistically, we know it's one or the other. Left field suggestion, and I know he's a Chelsea player, but what do you think of Tyreek George? Decent. I don't think he moves mountains for me. Decent little player. Probably needs to get out of Chelsea because you're probably not going to get the level of football you want, man. Afternoon, DG. Hope everything is blessed. Happy Jamaica Independence Day to yourself and everyone in the community. Come on. Come on. DG, would you say that overall Arsenal has an issue with selling? Tom Cannon has been asked the question and gave a solid rebuttal. Well, I don't know. Big up Tom. I got love for him. But yeah, we do. We do. I don't know who we would have sold, but we could get better. And for me, my thing around selling is we're not going to do, it's not that we don't spend money, but we're not going to do what Chelsea and City have done. So for me, I think we need to be better at selling more. We were once upon a time very good at selling. Maybe a byproduct was we was getting players that weren't really known and then naturally paying off the Emirates. City. You know, we basically built City really with the Adebayos, the Nasris, the Clichés, the list got Colo Toure, the list goes so on and so forth. But we're not good at it. Oxlade-Chamberlain is our biggest sale. We should be pumping out academy talents. If you make it into the first team, great. If you find yourself in a situation like Reece Nelson or Eddie Nketiah, where let's have it right, they probably stayed like past their expiry date, and you can see you can have good careers. You are good players, but it's not going to happen here. Get decent money. We need to really revive our loan system. For me, we need to start looking at the multi-club structure. Because this is what's going on in the game. We can do this. We're trying to do it our way, but this is what's going on in the game, and it's only going to get worse. Did you just say Saliba for now? What do you know that we don't? What do you mean? I'm not sure what I said there, but hopefully Saliba stays. Like DG said on multiple streams, that we need a left back in the case that MLS gets hurt. I don't trust Calafiori or Kivio as a left back option unless we put Ben White out there. But to be fair with you, like my first option, if it came to it and it was a must-win game, and there's something wrong with Miles Lewis-Skelly and you can't play Timber, you're going to do me a job at left back. Then I'm going for Calafiori. Option 0 is Kivio. Obviously, if we're playing a game, you know, when you're playing a game, we're all going to be on the front foot. You're not going to have to do too much defending. Then I wouldn't mind Kivio there, but I don't really want to see Kivio at left back. I think you really struggle out there. I think, you know, you have to just stay in your, pardon me, he just has to stay in his natural role, if that makes sense. I want to see Rice or Zubamendi in some games play with Eze and Odegaard ahead of Nusa, Lookman left wing, or Madueke. Now we have him. I don't think we're getting Nusa or Lookman. Probably more likely to get Nusa, to be fair, because we've been name dropped by him. Now, no one's disrespecting Trossard. Good super sub, but doesn't have the same impact when starting. That's a fair POV. Yeah, no, Nathan, that is fair. But there's some people that slag Trossard off. Like, he's been a very good servant for this football club. We need Eze more than Leao and them. He can be an alternative to Rice, Martinelli, and Odegaard. We are predictable because players don't move around uncomfortable, which is why, regardless of the personnel, Arteta's got to promote situations on the field that showcases that. More than happy to sell Martinelli. Swola Verts has regressed, bros. We desperately need to sell immediately, but we won't. I can't lie. I wouldn't sell I wouldn't sell Kai Havertz this window, if I'm honest with you. Bon Trossard, dead food. Horrible. We definitely need at least Eze. I hope we sign him before the United game. DG, I can see maybe Newcastle go for Watkins. To be fair, that's a good signing for them. I know it's not quite Isaac, but that's a Premier League proven. Could you argue that's probably the best of the lot available? Well, what they've been linked with Nicholas Jackson, Visa. Visa is a very good option. Nicholas Jackson, Visa, Watkins. There's no point talking about Sesko and all these ones. It never happened. Could do a lot worse than Ollie Watkins. If I was at Man United, I would have probably signed Sesko. But I could understand if they went for Watkins before Sesko, because I do think there's an element of they need an experienced striker. And I'd love another striker, man. Marcel getting brave, calling a team that beat Liverpool in a cup final. Mugs, hey, Foxy needed this humbling as well, if I'm honest. Nah, he's a good lad, man. He's a good lad. But I definitely smelt the BS on the Sesko deal and bailed out quick. Exactly. I think I answered this before, Tevin, but for me, I'd like to see Gabriel Magalhaes just to calm my nerves down. But in fact, no, I didn't actually. It was a different question. Raya, Raya, Kivior, Saliba, White, Miles Lewis, Skelly, Rice, Zubermendi, Odegaard, Saka on the right, Madueke through the middle. Start Gyokeres today, man. Come on. Come on. You'd imagine right now there's probably a long line outside Arsenal's club shop buying the Glocks 14 shirts. There's going to be a bunch of people that buy it before the game. Show us our new big ticket item, man. Could Eze interest be a tactic to bring the Rodrigo price? Stranger things have happened, but I don't think the two deals are interlacted. The game kicks off at 6 p.m., my boy. Eze is inconsistent like all those attackers. Are you sure? Whoever Newcastle goes for now as a striker, the selling club now knows how much they're willing to spend. Jackson might go for 60 million. Chelsea are doing a bloody good job with sales, man. Bloody good job with sales. Wait, is it? Are you sure it's at 7? It ain't at 7. Arsenal fixtures. Are you sure it's at 7 o'clock? No, it's at 6. Made me think. Made me nervous there, mate. Unfortunately, we don't play counter-attacking football. Need to move the ball quicker, man. Did you win 5-a-side last night? Yep. Scored a hat-trick. But it's 5-a-side, so we don't claim that. Does Pepe start for Villarreal these days? I don't know. What is Rice's best position? For me, number 6. He plays better when he comes from deep. His best was when he played with Jorginho as a double pivot. I mean, 6 is his bread and butter, in it, but I actually think if he's going to go back to the 6, you need to be promoted to maybe not bomb forward to the extent that you're doing in the 8, but you have more about you. So naturally 6. That's what got Declan Rice bought for 105 million, innit? Sell Kivior for 15 mil plus add-ons. Nah, come on, man. Kivior's got to be bringing us 30, 40 million at least, man. At least more on the 30, 35. Fabio Vieira 20 plus add-ons and try raise funds. That way I hear it. But yeah, we'll be robbing ourselves for Kivior. I have 2 reasons that give me belief. Seen the system evolve over years. Started with a back 5. Maybach Kai. That's a Maybach. Got production from, so I expect Gyokeres to produce as well. I hear that. DG, it's going to be Madueke left wing. I'm with you. Yeah, Nathan's tweaking. I don't know about 15 million for Kivior. That's crazy. Turning 29 in November. Since COVID, life has been a blur. Trust. Lookman at 40 million euros is a bargain. No, I didn't say a bargain. But we could do a lot. We could do a lot worse. We could do a lot worse. Jerk wins. You can pick Curry Gold. Nothing beats Oxtail. See, even you lot, conflicting reports. Conflicting. Keep Nelson. Nah, it's over, bro. It's over, man. Man said, go hotel, super chat your widow. Madueke landed in Arsenal. Now the world needs to get ready. I hope so, bro. In fact, that's what we can do. Let the streets decide. Let's end this poll. How do you start another one? For what it's worth as well, who would you sign? Eze won with 61%. Rodrigo got 17%. Leao got 14%. Just 6% of you voted for Ademola Lookman. Let's see. Curry, go, Oxtail. It's a shame. I know some people ain't tasted either, but it's cool. It's an interactive platform. Curry, go, Oxtail. Yeah, vote, people. Might as well have some fun. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I love Lobster. You lot are horrible, man. You lot are horrible, man. You lot are horrible. Man. Man. Oh, gosh. You lot are you're throwing me off. I can't believe you lot eat prawns and crabs and lobster's the worst out of all of them. Man. I do like seafood. I eat bear fish. And I like calamari. I'm not gonna lie. Fried prawns. Is it fried prawns with the batter and that? That's a cheat code. I can eat that. Scavenger food. Scavenger food. Horrible, man. Bottom feeders, man. You can't look like that. I definitely don't eat bacon. Less said that. Less said that. I eat fish. I eat bear fish. Sprats and whatever it is, and snapper and tuna and mackerel and saltfish and I don't like salmon. But yeah. Doku, give us a break. We already have Martinelli. It's clearly a problem. Trust. Uncle DG, we watch Unc grow up from 0 to 30 on this YouTube thing. Time flies. You have, you know. You actually have. From Martinelli to Doku is mad. Sent Maximi in 2.0. Yeah, man. You lot want headaches. If you want Doku, you want headaches. Which one would you more share with others? What, Curry got or Oxtail? Curry got naturally. I'm more likely to be given that a function. But yeah, man. Noni and Eze left wing options. The little joke kills me every time Saka does what. Thank you for all your hard work. This video makes my day. Appreciate you, my dude. Get Eze and a left winger in brackets. Doesn't have to be Leao Rodrigo, and I'll be happy. Also, as you say, DG, he in brackets Arteta needs to make it work now. No more. So you have to make it work, bro. Simple. You're the manager. You got 15 million a year. You've been here 6 years. You got your A for B. I've seen you make a lot of unpopular decisions and it's worked. You've made mistakes, of course, but you've done a lot of good. Make it work, bro. I don't know how to do all of these things. I just know I'm an Arsenal fan. You're talking about us winning trophies. You've spoken about how we've flirted with success and not go over the line. Make it happen. I might not have bought Madueke, but if it works, I'm happy as Larry. If it doesn't, naturally, we're going to say, yo, why did you do that? Simple. You give all your viewers time. We appreciate you too, mate. No, man, without you, lot, what would be the point? And above all, it's appreciative to be here, man. You have to, like, we're close to 70,000. Like, listen, I might always, there's some things I want you lot to know. Like, I might get things wrong, but it's from a good place, man. I love you lot. I love the club. Like, appreciate you lot, DG Nation, man. Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, like Marcel. In fact, apart from Marcel, he's a see you next Tuesday. How are we going to manage when we lose half our starters to international things? Who? When? I'm not worried that Gabriel and Timber will not be ready for United, so Arteta has these two friendlies to give us an idea of the back four. We need quick transitions to exploit Gyokeres, so Saka and Madueke star. I hear it. 10 million for Nelson and Lokonga each. 20 for Fabio Vieira and Trossard each, 60 million and 285k wages removed. Eze 200k, number 10. Noosa 85 or add 65 to give Lookman. I can't lie, there's no way in God's green earth. Big up Eze, he ain't getting 200k, bro. And I said, bro, I'm going to have to buy an ounce and a bottle of I don't know what an ounce is. What is that? You baking a cake? That sounds good. What's an ounce? Can I get some? What's that? Try something. Why not? Skelly dip could happen and Calafiori injury likely happens. Now we're talking Cell Kivio. We got to be careful. Got to be careful. Same way Dembele isn't a striker, but PSG banged him there and it worked because the tactics are right. You get it. Just make the thing work, man. Just you're an idiot until you're a genius, if that makes sense. And managers by default, you're all sick bastards anyways. Like, make it happen. Just let me see something different. Did you see Marseille manager De Zerbi training ground bust up video with Ishmael Kone? De Zerbi comes across as a clown. Yeah, man. Like, I do think that's a casual day in football, but yeah, he was a bit disrespectful. I swear he was like, go call your agent and all those kind of things. They were clearly at loggerheads way before that, though. But yeah, it didn't paint him in a good light at all. And you see things like that, yeah. This is why I tell fans, when you're saying this player's got an attitude or all of this, but you're forgetting there's also another side that you're not typically exposed to, man. If that makes sense, Roland Burrow. Bless DG. What time's kickoff? I thought 6, but my brethren said 6:30. Ain't it 6 o'clock? Surely it's 6 o'clock. Anyways, let me go on Arsenal.com because that's where we need to go. That's where we should be going. How to watch Arsenal Villarreal. I know how to watch it. What time is kickoff? The match gets on. This is on Arsenal.com. The match gets underway at 6 p.m. UK time. Okay. To my knowledge, we're kicking off at 6 p.m. minute. Simple as that. As much as Edu wasn't a level raiser as a DOF, he was onto something with the multi-club thing. He was. We need to do that. But again, Berta can't make that happen. Arteta can't make that happen. Arteta said he's on it as well. They can preach the need for it to the Cronkies, but they have to want to do that. I can't tell you about the financial costs that come with that. I just know I look at City, I look at Chelsea. We could do with having a team in France. We could do with having a team in South America somewhere. And there's all little things you could do, man. Like, you get a player from Brazil. Okay, he can't get a work permit in this country. Park him off in France or Portugal, whatever. Develop. Bob's your uncle, or Holland even. I don't know about now, but Chelsea used to run that with Vitesse. There's also an avenue of sending players out there on loan. Bro, this is the kind of thinking our football club needs to get into. Afternoon, Peckham, man. My guy. We got the Twitch ones. Would sell Havertz today if I could hear it. Do you think a more fluid system would bring out the best in our players, especially Martinelli? By default, every one of those players would benefit. But Martinelli, I think you need to improve your decision-making and all of those things for yourself, if that makes sense. But naturally, yeah. 6 p.m. See, 6 p.m., 6 p.m., 6 p.m. Let's go, my friend. Will he change tactics with Gyokeres and not invert left back, but push him to overlap and cross more for Gyokeres? But people will gladly like one thing a lot of people like to say is, oh, you can't score headers. I just want us to I need to see different stuff. I need to see a lot of the same, but I need, especially mainly in the attacking third, I need to see different stuff. I need to see different stuff. I have to. You got to be shameless, Nathan. 40 million is in a bargain, bro, for African Player of the Year. Big him up. I wouldn't say bargain, but it's a good deal. I wouldn't say bargain, though. Pepe played 28 or 38 La Liga games. Might play more now. Bueno and Tino Barry have gone. You know what? That Barry looked good in La Liga. Keen to see what he does at Everton. 35 mil for Kivior is the least Arsenal should get, or just keep him. I'm with that. I don't even want to sell Kivior. If he wants to go, then your hands are tied. But I hear it. Lobster, it can't be overrated because it can't be rated. It can't be rated. Anyone that rates that, I don't know what's going on. Big up DG. Salmon is very good with nutrients. Salmon is nasty and slimy. It doesn't matter where I get salmon from. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I'd rather eat mackerel and tuna than that. I can't lie to you. More so heavy on the tuna because I like mackerel a lot more than I like tuna. Madueke will cook. We hope so. Man said oxtail is too expensive to be sharing. I had seafood, had a fish bone stuck down man's throat. Whoa. Get Eze and play him left wing at least. Oxtail too much bone, ain't got time for it, but it's nice, man. It's nice, man. The butter beans and the rest of it. I'm here for it. Escovitch. Oh. You're making me hungry. See, that's the seafood we're talking, not this prawn BS. I hear you on the manager and playing style, and I agree. Just saying that with all the new signings, we have every type of player we should play better and be more enjoyable. I hear that. Facts, really. What's the number we need to get to in terms of subscribers for a giveaway? 100K. I want the plaque up here for us people. DJ, a question for our fan base saying if Liverpool get Isak, they win everything, yet say Arteta should be sacked for not winning. How's that work? To be fair, that's it. I guess they're emotional with that. We just have to try, bro. You know how fans are, man. Emotional. Just that's just emotion. Trossard fell out bad with De Zerbi as well. De Zerbi seems like he's a good coach. I don't know for man management. I'm sure there's plenty of good cases, but for man management, I don't know, man. DG, with the club charging for watching friendlies in the preseason tour, the owner must have made millions of it. Bro, they're caking, bro. All these football clubs are going to do the same shit. Anywhere they can get money, they're going to do it. Twitch gang could never be ignored. John, don't do that. John, don't do that, fella. Don't do that, man. Haddock is tier. That's not for me, though, man. Eze and Rodrigo, new Arsenal dynasty. When you get them, you have to say, fair play. Arteta, fair play. Go make it work. Silverware now. Now the man wants the affiliates on a football manager to look at you. Estavio's cold. Chelsea got too many cold youths, man. There's too many players that I hope don't bang. Do we think Arteta will switch up the starting lineup and tactics, or will he end up watching a replay of the Spurs game? Honestly, I have no clue. And to be fair with Hatter, we just have to wait maybe 2, 3, 4, 7 years, and he'll be an Arsenal player if the past is something to go off, man. PT was never a good header. Oh, as long as you score, who cares? Lobster is decent, but way too much effort to eat. Prawns and that are elite for sure. These are some of the people that disagree with my footballing opinions. And this is the Martinelli level decision making off the field if you're eating lobster. Crazy stuff. Strasbourg spent the most in Ligue 1 this season so far. All those deals with Chelsea is a bit mad, but more clubs should be doing it. And let's be honest, they're selling to themselves, buying to themselves. The funniest thing I find is when you see Strasbourg, oh my God, they've signed some random young player. Like, we all know it's Chelsea. Like, and the game's the game. I was joking, but it's one of them jokes that when you deep it, I could actually be true in a weird way around it. DG, my man, with all the love and with Berta, what actually has he done that Edu couldn't have done? Sign a fucking striker, innit? Like, sign a damn striker, patting up these contracts. He deserves it, man. I can't lie. I don't think Arsenal fans had said all we needed is a striker. Nasty agendas, man. DG, can't we get the Chelsea man who sell their players and pay him a premium? He sells crap for great money. I'm on that. Like, I am on that. Whoever's doing the negotiations there, do the thing. What? I just ate lobster for my anniversary. It was scrumptious. Charles, man, you're a better person than that. Your anniversary. Big up your missus. You decided to get her lobster. She's a real woman, man, because she don't really want much. She must really love you. She's better than that. If you love your woman, you won't make her eat lobster. That's horrible, man. That's horrible, man. DG missing out on good food because of that British seasoning of a pinch of salt. Lobster is good. Wait. Hello. Don't let the accent fool you. Think it's all tea bags and crumpet. Who's just easily like that? We talking about Hendon Gouda, one love, man. I want to see Gyokeres Madueke start today. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Big up Charles, man. Come on, man. Don't get your wife lobster again, man. Go buy something proper, man. And said lobster. Come on, man. You're better than that. Big anniversary and you're eating lobster. I want better for my people, man. I didn't know this is how some of you lot were living, man. We're a family here. We can be honest. You're better than that. Speaking of family, let's speak about the club. Arteta on Villarreal, new signings and targets. People, keep your thoughts coming. Is this actually Arteta's words? So where's the quotation marks? Okay. What has Arteta said? We know what we want from pre-season, which is why we have planned the schedule like this. First, we played Watford at Soba, which I think is London Coley. Then we went to Singapore to play against AC Milan and Newcastle before facing Spurs in Hong Kong. So we've been changing conditions, changing contexts, and now we are playing at home against two teams preparing to be in the Champions League this season. Villarreal are playing at the highest level, and they have a manager in Marcelino who likes to play a very specific type of system and formation that we find in the Premier League this season. But also we are playing against Spanish opposition, so that will require other things from us as well. And I expect these to be really good games. When we arrange these preseason matches, I always look at how the manager sets up his teams, how they coach their team, the kind of players they have, how they train different phases of play against different blocks. I mean, you'd imagine any competent manager should be doing that. You're studying your opponents. It's like a boxer knowing I've got a fight, and you need to study how your opponent defends, blocks, jabs, is there little things he does, all those kind of things. We have a very good mixture this preseason. The knowledge and experience that we gain from these games all goes into our database to help us throughout the season, and it helps for the way we have to evolve our game models. Each game is going to demand something from you physically, and the spaces you have to attack and protect, and different ways they can play in their build up as well. So we have to nail that and improve that, and playing against Villarreal will help that. So it's a good game for us. Fair enough. I know it's going to be the first opportunity for many of you to see our new players in action as well. We are all very excited about how the squad is shaping up. They have all brought another enthusiasm again and injected it into our squad. It's shaking things up. Second time I've heard Arteta speak about shaking things up. They've all been welcomed into the squad by the staff and other players in exactly the way I expected. There have been no surprises there, and many of them were able to get good minutes in their legs while we were out on the pre-season tour in Singapore and Hong Kong, so they are developing well ahead of the new season. These new arrivals all add quality to the squad, which is what we're going to need throughout the season. Right, is Eze there? Okay. All right. We know what our targets are and what we want to achieve this season. What do you think they are, people? There's a big belief in our ability to achieve that. We've been very, very close the last few seasons, and the whole squad is determined, the whole team, is going to determine whether we achieve that or not. But at the same time, we have to make sure that we don't lose sight of what we have to do on a daily basis to get to the levels that we want. We have to set the demands that we want within this goal, because that's the most important thing. The internal demands have to always exceed any external demands. So that's telling me you lot want to win the league more than us fans. Go and show that to us. I believe that with the players. I don't know about those above. Guess the country. Is that Zimbabwe? Lobster's meaty. Trust me, meaty. Marcelino loves a 4-4-2 mid-block like Emre, so won't be surprised if we struggle. We should be struggling then. Like, we should be. That's good then, because we're going to be playing low blocks a lot of the time, so go struggle. Every one of those is learning curves, because I guess I couldn't tell you, like, out of the 20 teams, 17 played low blocks against us, but you've already got, maybe even the 2 seasons, you've got practical advice in it, because the only time we're not bucking rigid units is probably in Europe. So if this can present another one, go and get it done, man. Go and get it done. Go and get it done. We have to do that all together with you, our supporters as well. That's another reason why these 2 games at home are so important. Let's show that energy from the first moment. We want our people to start connecting with our players straight away, to start to build the momentum and start to feel that at home we are invincible. Invincible, yeah? That we play here with such passion, energy, and connection with our people that we're going to win the game. Let's bring that conviction to the stadium again for these 2 games. And I would say 40 games really, because these 2 at the Emirates, The 38 in the Premier League, make it happen. Moving on, people, you would have seen Darwin Núñez is close to going to El Hilal. It's almost surreal, man. Not only to see Gabriel Magalhaes in training, but my man Gyokeres 14. Hey, let's fucking get in, man. We got striker, man. Gonna do our madness. Come on, Madueke. Surprise us. Surprise of the season for Arsenal. Madueke. We're gonna talk it into existence. Reece Nelson in training. Are you still here, my boy? I don't know. So yeah, big up Madueke. You go do your thing, my boy. You go do your thing. We want to see Dalman. We spoke about this yesterday, but if you want to rerun over Rodrigo as we kind of filter through the news, Real Madrid are keeping their doors open for Rodrigo to leave if a big proposal, 100 million euros, arrives. Rodrigo still wants to stay at Real Madrid to compete at Real Madrid. He loves Real Madrid and his desire to be an important player. So for him to leave, it would take a very top proposal from a very top club to convince him. So far, there have been no bids. And apparently, he will demand 12 million euros per season. Well, net salary. So that's about 10. Don't know how much that equates to weekly wages, but we know this already, people. You want to sign big players, it's going to cost a big fee, and you need to make it happen. We did hear yesterday, well, we heard we was linked with Jeremy Jacquet, then we heard he's rejected us. This is said he views Arsenal as an ideal platform to showcase his talent. For me personally, just put the P's down and let him stay there and develop, because he's played 11, 12 games for Rennes. He was on loan for the first part of last season. Obviously, I don't know if we want him as an option or if he wants to make the move, but go and develop and play slow, cook him, do exactly what we did with Saliba. And he did just sign a new deal. They're reluctant to part ways with him, but they could sanction a sell for 25 million, people. So I wouldn't be against it. Obviously, Kivior is still linked with a move away. Football Transfers understands that Arsenal would submit a bid for Crystal Palace star Eze once the potential sale of Fabio Vieira to Stuttgart has progressed. I hope so, but we hear that now, and then when Nelson leaves and when this one leaves, now we're going to do it. I think when all of them cut, you'll see moves. We are told the Gunners are currently prioritizing the departure of the Portugal international in order to have more financial leeway in their pursuit of Eze. Talks with Stuttgart over a permanent deal are ongoing, with the Bundesliga side looking to bring in a replacement for El Hilal bound Enzo Miliot. Sources have confirmed reports from Germany that Stuttgart are looking to pay 20 million euros for the 25-year-old. So it seems like we're going to be at loggerheads. People, mods, as much as we're having fun here, please make sure people are smashing the like button. We've almost got 200 likes, people. Cameron, what's going on? Arsenal's initial price tag is likely to be more than this, but all parties appear keen to get a deal done quickly. The North London club's urgency stems from the fact that they would ideally like to get a deal for Eze in place this week. The England star, too, is keen to become an Arsenal player as soon as possible. Eze wants clarity on his future before Sunday's Community Shield clash with Premier League champions Liverpool. We will be doing a watch-along for that. So watch-along today, watch-along on Saturday, obviously, against Bilbao. Watch-along for the Community Shield. And watch-along next Wednesday. I'm sure it's Wednesday. PSG against Tottenham Hotspur. The Premier League's back. Watch-alongs are back. So, yeah, transfer news, normal footy talks, collaborations, tactical analysis. There's bare vids. Turn on your notification bells. We're getting to 70,000 this year. So, yeah, apparently Arsenal to seal Eze deal this week. Once Fabio Vieira's exit is closer to being sorted, Arsenal will make their opening bid for Eze. The Gunners are looking to submit a first offer in the region of 60 million euros, which is about 50-odd people. His release clause is gone, as we know. If Arsenal can manage to find common ground with Palace this week, Eze is not expected to feature on Sunday. Now, the timing. Now, obviously, it's the transfer window. Things are going on. But are you really going to get a deal complete this week where they probably want Eze to be playing there? And if there is some level of progression, not that his head will be turned, but he might be dropped out of the 11 and it would overshadow, which is essentially a day out at Wembley. Like, bearing in mind it's Thursday tomorrow, things can progress quickly. But can we see Fabio Vieira to Stuttgart this week in what's left of it, let alone that? I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I hope it can. But when you peel back the layers, it's not that they don't make sense, but probably need to keep our feet on the ground a bit. However, the next few days are going to be crucial in determining whether or not Eze will be a Gunners player come the end of the window. And also, what transfer was completed very quickly. Maybe Norgard. Maybe Kepa, actually. Like, it felt like Norgard. Well, to be fair, Norgard, it seemed like that progressed quick. It's just we took long with announcing him. Gyokeres took forever. Supermendi took forever. Madueke, somewhat. So following on that trend, do you really see Eze like tomorrow or Sunday a madness? I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, once again, he's keen on the move, but he's not actively trying to force through a transfer and could remain at Palace if no agreement is reached. We might need you to do that though. Mikel Arteta has said he wants to balance his squad, and Eze would do exactly that, being able to provide cover on the left wing as well as the 10. He could be Arsenal's final piece to the puzzle, people. Smash their likes. Is what it is. When Spurs get absolutely thrashed, by PSG, the Chelsea demands more respect from everyone. Dio, big up yourself, man, but ain't no one talk about Chelsea today right now. What? What? I mean, Madueke can. The only thing I can hope, bro, is he surprises us. What more can I say? There's no point. I'm not going to gain anything of calling him shit and doing all of these things. Thoughts on Gyokeres against low blocks. I said this in the tactical video I did. He might. I don't know if he struggles individually, but if Gyokeres struggles against low blocks, yeah, it's not that it's irrelevant for me, but it's irrelevant because if that is a problem of Gyokeres, that extends to our whole team. So it's not a universal issue. It just means it presses the need for me to make sure that we're able to break down low blocks, something that we struggled with for the last couple of years, people. Arsenal, for what it's worth, for asking for 30 to 35 million to sell Fabio Vieira. Stuttgart have opened talks, as we know. Apparently, Kivior enjoys life at Arsenal, but he's interested in exploring opportunities to join clubs where he'd be regarded as first choice player. Arsenal are not in a hurry to move Kivior on, rightly so. We all know we've gone through that. If Arsenal are to make a significant addition to the first team squad, it's most likely to be on the left wing. Any acquisitions may be connected to the futures of Martinelli and Trossard. Arsenal have told suitors, including El Nasser, Martinelli's not for sale, people. We have been linked with Ademola Lookman, and he's seen as a cheaper alternative to Eze, even though he's being aggressively linked with Inter Milan. And I think the Atalanta president came out and said they rejected a 20 million euros offer last year from PSG, and Atletico Madrid tried to poach him. Arsenal frustrated to miss out on João Hato to Chelsea. That being said, TBR football chief correspondent Graham Bailey understands Arsenal fully expect Hato to go on to become one of Europe's best. However, they simply didn't feel as if they could sanction a move before they moved on the likes of Zinchenko. Bailey explained, it's just one of those transfer situations that's fallen the wrong way for Arsenal this time around. It felt right for Arsenal to go for someone like Zubamendi this summer, for example, but with Hato, it's just not landed for them. When it came to Arsenal signing Timber, they were on the right side of the coin. They weren't favourites to get him, but they pulled it off. Credit to Edu then. But particularly with Zinchenko still around, it's just how it's landed and they've missed out. I think Arsenal would have moved for Hato if they managed to offload Zinchenko. Don't worry, we'll get him in a couple of years, like we always do with Chelsea players. And there's definitely a lot of frustration at the Emirates because they know what a talent Hato is. Big talent. I've been championing, but at the end of the day, this happens. Move on. They fully expect him to go on and become a top-class European player. Fair enough. Chelsea are trying to buy Garnacho. I don't want them to buy Garnacho because he could end up rocking up at our club, people. Arsenal seek reasonable price. There's 2 Arteta signings linked with European transfers. So yeah, we know about Fabio Vieira. We know about Kivior. We know that the offer from Kivior, from Porto for Kivior fell short. Juventus are apparently also keen. The Italian clubs are also linked, but they're going to try and do the loan with an option or a loan with some dodgy obligation. Like, it's not going to happen. Lloyd Kelly could leave Juventus already. That's one thing Newcastle did well. They sold him for 20 million. Who is making the decisions at Juventus? Because why on God's green earth did you let Howson go? Bournemouth are laughing, and you got Lloyd Kelly for 20 million. Who knows, man? Apparently, Kivior is a long-time favourite for the Serie A Giants, and he was linked there when Thiago Motta was there. Apparently, the report states Arsenal want at least 25 to 30 million euros, which equates to about 21.7 all the way to 26 million quid, people. So it's the same things at this moment in time. Arsenal dealt Rodrigo blow with Real Madrid stars transfer stance made clear. Brazilian star to fight for his place. Let it go, man. Just bring Eze and keep it moving, man. I don't want to hear this no more. If you do believe foolishness, though, I mean, this is a predictable kind of clickbait. Real Madrid agree Arsenal swap deal after Eze is told Gunner's move is not good for him. Man, I bet that's by Rio Ferdinand. I don't really care about that. Real Madrid have agreed to swap Brazilian winger Rodrigo for Arsenal's William Saliba with the Gunners this summer, according to reports. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. It's understood Real Madrid are very clear about the possibility of an exchange between Rodrigo and Saliba, with Florentino Perez not ruling anything out. But this is said by Defensa Central. Pardon me. You don't want Saliba. You saw the mistake he made at the Bernabeu. He's not good, man. Go on by Canate. He's not even the best French centre-back. And Jack Wilshere apparently is in the running for the Arsenal under-21 role. Nice to see he's back as a manager. I wonder what that means for his first-team managerial ambitions, I would say, going forward, people. And Obviously, it seems like we're looking after him. Come back home. Home's where the heart is. But is it the right decision beyond the obvious? Because what when he gets another opportunity to leave? I don't know. He can have Hatter when he's 36. Fair enough, lad, man. Bert and Mel be making Edu the stigma look like a bum. Damn. If Gyokeres fails, it's on Arteta. No, it's definitely on Gyokeres, but also Arteta has to answer stuff because rightly so, he was moving mad at Coventry. He was doing his thing at Sporting. What's going on here? And my thing is, kind of what we've been waffling about for 90 minutes in that we need that there's a coaching element, penetrating central areas, moving the ball quicker, looking less lopsided on the left and the right, all of interchanging movement. You know, some of you want counter attacks, all of these things. It's a coaching setting, isn't it? Because you know how we're going to build up. It's typically going to go down the left. Eventually, it's probably going to end up on the right. We're kind of living on that triangle of, well, now Zubimendi's here, but Odegaard, Saka, and if White or Timber's there, we know we know what to expect. We know what to expect at this point, which is interesting. If Gyokeres doesn't get around 60 minutes over the next two friendlies, then he won't be starting against Man United. Oxtail and Currygo always what type of civil war? Or Oxtail and Currygo always what type of civil war poll is this, DG? I gotta ask the streets, man. Gotta ask the streets. DG, I'm disappointed because we signed Gyokeres. I've got to keep the misses. I've lost that bet. This is why you shouldn't gamble. Do you guys still eat beans on toast? You can't go wrong with a beans on toast every now and again, but some of you foreigners, these stereotypical opinions you have of us Brits is crazy. In October, Rice, White, Saka, Noni, MLS versus Wales. Oh, you're talking about the international break. I mean, good players are going to get called up, innit? They're going to get called up. Kivior is outright too valuable to us this season. Would be different if Tomiyasu was still around or if Calafiori hadn't got injured. Yeah, man. You're going to have to give us one more year, man. Guna talk, appreciate you. You're going to have to give us one more year, Kivior. I can't lie to you. I understand if you want to leave, you want to go play football and do all of that, but I need you to stay. At least until Mikel Arteta, at the very least, confirms to me Gabriel Magalhaes is cool. And as you said there, the injury to Tomiyasu leaving, the injury to Calafiori. I know we've got other options, but yeah, man, I don't want to be down to my bare bones. Beans on toast is cold, cheap, and taste. I ain't had that in a minute though. Berta sold an injury-prone Lucas Hernandez to PSG for 80 million euros. Looking like Chelsea might finish above Arsenal with the new signings this window. It's looking like it's going to be the best season yet. I'm not selling Kivior, but Calafiori, we can't get 30 mil when Zabani is going for 60. Oh, you're talking to Nathan. We're getting Eze relaxed, fellas. I hope so, man. Nearly 200 likes. Smash the likes, help the channel grow. Come on. And don't forget, people, we are doing a watch-along. Wonder why so many of you are here. What are you lot doing with your mornings, afternoons, evenings, or nights? I love a footy. I would love to have Saka, Gyokeres, and Noni front line tonight just to see how it turns out for most of the game. I think that's where I'm at as well. I had boneless curry goat mac and cheese wrap on the menu last year. Customer asked for it and we never looked back. Hey, Box Fresh, you need to send me some shit, man. Boneless curry goat, though. I don't know. Sounds a bit GMO-y. Not too sure about that. But she says it's a wrap. It'd be a bit mad. Yeah, it would be mad. It'd be absolutely mad. These two friendlies, Arteta must show us a different attacking approach. I'm not going to put up with the side with slow transition again. I hear it, man. And I don't, you know what, as I said, for me, 10, 11, 12 games, that's where I'm going to be really critical of the tactics and things like that. That doesn't mean every week, if I see something shaky, I'm not going to say it's not shaky, but I think people think preseason is this magical place where you're just training for 2 weeks and all the things that I've spoken about need to be improved. It happens. We didn't get to this brand of football, whether you like it or not, overnight. It didn't happen. It don't happen like that. It takes years. Well, I'm exaggerating, but it takes a long time to promote these good habits and people to know exactly what they're doing. But Arteta, you have to find a way, dog. You have to. There's no way around it. You have to. And you have to, people. With that being said, though, I'm conscious of time. We got 208 likes, so we did hit our target. I'm back in just over half an hour. I want to give you a cooling period. As you know, we're back at 4 p.m. I'm going to have Kenny Kem for a quick show. And then 5:30, we're going to watch Arsenal Villarreal. And then you lot can, do what you want to do, people. But on that note, appreciate you taking part in the poll. In fact, before we get out of here as well, how did we end it? Curry got one. I'm disappointed slightly. I mean, I'm not because it's calm, but 54% voted for Carragher, 46% voted for OXTAIL. Boy. And Matthias Cunha, oi, don't be shameless. Don't be. You was here dissing Sesko. Do not be shameless. Do not be shameless. Do not be shameless. I know my striker has scored more than 20 goals in the league, and he does that. I don't know about yours, but yours can run fast, jump high, read self-help books. Great stuff. Great stuff. Amazing. Amazing. OXTAIL is definitely not overrated. Blasphemy. 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 I can't believe Curry got one. I can't believe. I thought more people were going to side with OXTAIL, to be fair with you. But yeah, people, on that note, I'm back in a moment. But for now, appreciate you lot interacting, your banter, hitting the like button. If you do care enough about growing our nation, people, leave a comment in the comment section after. Most importantly, you lot stay blessed, stay safe. Hope you lot's families in good health. And we link up again soon, man. In a bit.
Always just like, I think, like,